The legend of the Abyssal Leviathan. In the year 1577, the age of exploration was in full swing. Empires sought to expand their territories and gather precious resources from distant lands. The king of a small but ambitious European nation, yearning for wealth and power, commissioned a voyage to discover uncharted territories. A crew of 20 seasoned sailors, led by Captain Armand Devereaux, was assembled to sail the mighty vessel, the HMS Endeavor. The crew embarked on their journey with the wind at their backs and the sun shining brightly. Spirits were high as they set sail from their homeland, eager to discover new lands and bring riches back to their king. The first few days of the voyage were smooth and uneventful, with nothing but the vast open ocean stretching as far as the eye could see. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a sailor named Isaac was on watch duty. Gazing down into the calm, dark waters, he spotted something that made his blood run cold. Beneath the ship, he saw a vast expanse of what appeared to be shark skin, stretching out for many feet in every direction. He could scarcely believe his eyes, as the skin glistened in the fading light, its rough texture standing out against the blackness of the deep sea. Isaac called the other sailors to witness this frightening sight, but they dismissed his claims. They were men who had never laid eyes on such waters before, and they reassured Isaac that it was simply a trick of the light, or perhaps an unfamiliar species of fish. The men soon returned to their duties, leaving Isaac alone with his growing sense of unease. As the days wore on, the crew of the HMS Endeavor began to encounter a series of strange and unsettling events. Objects would go missing from locked chests, ropes would inexplicably snap, and strange shadows darted through the water beneath the ship. The sailors whispered amongst themselves, growing increasingly fearful that their vessel was cursed or haunted by some malevolent force. Captain Devereaux, a strict and rational man, dismissed these fears as mere superstition. He ordered the men to focus on their duties and to stop spreading baseless rumors. However, the disturbances continued, and the tension aboard the ship grew to a fever pitch. One night, as the crew slept, a violent storm erupted. The wind howled and the waves crashed against the ship, tossing it about like a toy. Captain Devereaux and his crew fought to maintain control, but the storm showed no signs of relenting. Suddenly, the ship shuddered violently, as if struck by an immense force. The men were thrown from their feet, and the sound of splintering wood filled the air. As they scrambled to their stations, they saw the source of the impact, an enormous fin, rising from the depths and slamming against the side of the vessel. The crew stared in terror as the monstrous creature revealed itself, a shark of truly colossal proportions, far larger than any they had ever heard of or imagined. The megalodon, a legendary beast thought to be extinct for millions of years, had been awakened from its slumber in the abyssal depths. It glared at the sailors with its cold, black eyes, as if angered by their intrusion into its domain. The ship continued to groan and buckle under the relentless assault of the megalodon. The sailors fought valiantly to repair the damage, but it was a losing battle. The HMS Endeavor, once a proud and mighty vessel, began to sink into the merciless embrace of the ocean. As the ship disappeared beneath the waves, the men found themselves plunged into the dark, freezing waters. They clung to bits of wreckage, praying for a miracle that would save them from their watery grave. Their prayers, however, went unanswered. The megalodon circled the wreckage, its massive form casting a shadow over the terrified sailors. Its eyes, cold and merciless, seemed to take in each of them as if deciding their fates. The men knew that they were at the mercy of the legendary beast, and their hearts filled with a paralyzing mixture of awe and terror. One by one, the megalodon began to pick off the sailors, its powerful jaws closing around them with a bone-chilling crunch. The water turned red with blood, and the screams of the dying filled the air. Those who remained could only watch in horror as their comrades were devoured by the monstrous creature. Captain Devereaux, clinging to a broken mast, knew that he had failed his crew and his king. As he looked into the eyes of the megalodon, he understood that this was no mere animal. It was a force of nature, a primordial predator that had survived through the ages, fueled by a primal hunger and an insatiable desire for destruction. In that moment, he accepted his fate and let go of the mast, surrendering himself to the Abyssal Leviathan. With the last of the sailors consumed, the megalodon disappeared back into the depths from which it had come. The legend of the Abyssal Leviathan had claimed another victim, its existence a chilling reminder of the untamed and monstrous forces that lurked beneath the surface of the world. As the years passed, the story of the HMS Endeavor and its encounter with the megalodon became a cautionary tale, whispered among sailors and explorers who dared to venture into the vast, uncharted waters of the open ocean. Some dismissed it as a mere legend, a tale invented to frighten inexperienced sailors. Others, however, believed in the existence of the Abyssal Leviathan, their eyes filled with dread as they stared into the dark waters, wondering if the creature still lurked in the shadows, waiting to claim its next victim. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more true scary stories.